Hi there, it's Mare. I have finished another romance journal and wanted to show it or share it. It is another chunky one, 52 pages approximately, including little bags and envelopes. I'll try to get through this quickly. Soft cover, tie back in the binding, bits and pieces of new and vintage lace and doily and napkin and more vintage than new. And it's got white, cream, pinks, blues, and some yellow. And it's got a tie closure. Did a lot of sewing, stamping, stenciling, lots of inking. A card of a vintage dress that has lined paper and stamped lines in it. Vintage doily in back. Little snippet up there in the corner. He did use some Stamperia. That's just the way I pronounce it. And the Georgia Blues collection. Little envelopes, little postcards placed in these little sections here. Little tag. There we go. It opens up. It's an envelope that I made and lined. Copies of vintage receipts in here. And vintage doily here. I just found this trim and it matched perfectly to the, let me show it up here, perfectly to the fabric. Parchment paper. There's some little bits of vintage laces and doily here, some in between some of the papers. Wuthering Heights quote, a tab. Edith Holden page, some little tickets in this tuck spot here. This is from a book that I own. This flips up. Need a little pocket here with some decoupage and some little instruction because this is seed paper. It's a butterfly and you can actually plant it and it grows flower. Die cut lace doily there. Little paper clip here. I'm just going to take it off there. This is a copy of a vintage photo that I own of some servicemen. Little pocket here with little pressed rose. And little picture in this one. You can see it through the bag. And this flips open here, a little tuck spot. Little Tim Holtz image. This is a letter from 1918, and in it, this private Jack that is in this picture here sent his sweetheart a hanky from France, and there's a little piece of it. It's embroidered. A little Jane Eyre book. Tuck spot here. Just put a few pages with some vintage ledger sheets. Little Jane Eyre quote here. Put a die cut chipboard frame and did a little rusting effect on it. Copy of the picture there. The die cut picture has a little, pocket has a little lace to it and put some gold and pink tones on it. A journaling card that was gifted to me. It says letter. And this letter is actually from this book here, The Ledger, and I just found it romantic, maybe a little sad, but I found it really romantic. It's just the beginning of a letter, and I've coffee dyed it and made a copy of it. It says, alone by my fireside, I am dreaming of what might have been. If I'd met you some time ago, how happy we could be now, dear. Duty called me, and I had to go. And a couple pages after that are missing, and I don't know if he ever finished the letter or not. Put that on later. There's a pocket here with a blank card. Thought that was really pretty. Pretty pink paper, some vintage pink lace, some gesso on this pink envelope, and I've put some vintage laces on the top. This is a 5-page letter from Darcy to Elizabeth. Let me put that back in the envelope. It's just a little artwork that I did. Yes, obviously I'm an amateur. Don't claim to be anything more. But Just here, I put a little thing that says "Go where your heart takes you." There's some glossy accents and a few little things. Little Jane Austen paper with one of her quotes up here, or from a letter that she had written. And put that on the back of this little journaling card with some snippets, some vintage lace and doily. Parchment paper, library card, Pride and Prejudice. That's actually fabric on there. And a little vintage lace. And a Pride and Prejudice quote. Just a little ticket and a little tuck spot on there. Little dangle. This opens. Some journaling space. Little booklet. Postcard. And this little pocket. Made a bookmark. Parchment paper. There's a little journal dangle charm. Areas to write. Some of that vintage lace here, just loose. Here, this is a copy of an actual letter that Jane Austen wrote. Some vintage music paper. Another little piece here. It says, "I'm happiest when I'm with you." This is out of the envelope because I've tried to do this video before. Little Darcy letter. Some romance music paper, and I doubled it because it's very old and fragile. Did some decoupage work here. Some pink roses. A little tuck spot. Some journaling cards. I think this is the Precious collection there. Some papers from it, I believe. Anything that I have in here that I know for sure where I've gotten it, or I'll put it in the description. More stenciling, coffee dyed paper here. This tag that has some charms on it that are slightly rusted, key and heart. And that just comes up there. Envelope opens. Made this little pocket with a journaling card that I purchased. I lined this in some green paper. It flips this way, and this flips down. There we go. So I just put some decoupage in the hinges there. Postcard. And this just sits inside here, tucked over there. Do a little collage work, area for journaling. Journaling card with a tuck spot. Vintage doilies, other side of that envelope. Some more copies of vintage receipts in there. Fabric flip up. There's some vintage doily. Did some decoupage work on that. Little pocket there. Journaling card with a dangle metal. Couple pieces of paper in this with fold up. And then here, it's a little pocket with a postcard. And here's just a little flower card. It's a bag. Inside the bag, there's lots of room in there to add stuff. And these I purchased and put my own tea bag in. It's a Tea Time with Jane. Little tuck spots. It just sits in there. Like all my bigger, chunkier journals, I will include a writing board. It just helps to put it behind for journaling. And this is just a little Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet quote. Little die cut. I've done some painting too. And a little fold out. Inspired by Lori Girl on the Ridge. You can look her up on YouTube. Some paper in here. Parchment paper. Some lined here. And I'll have to look this one up. I bought this digital on Etsy. Here's a Pride and Prejudice quote. Here's just a flip up with some more paper here. Little tuck spot, put a little ticket and envelope in here. Die cut typewriter that I've added a little rusted effect on it. Little envelope and index card, avocado dyed. Pocket here. Lines, guest check. I've put it back on. Did a little collage work on that. Note sheet. Decoupage bag, lacing bag. Little tuck. And this is just an envelope here, some pretty paper with a little tuck in there. This is envelope, this is the paper that matches. And a postcard here, a little remittance envelope that I've lined. On this side, just did a little inking and put some gold on it. And this is one of those dresses, but I've added a different technique on it and made it a different color. A little journaling card, a little postcard. Little tuck spot here and up top with some vintage laces and doily. Made some rosettes on that. And this card, it's very sturdy chipboard on that tag. Romance papers, this is Mozart. It's a copy of his music. There's some rice paper here. Little embellishment, die cut. Little pocket here, some coffee dyed paper. This one flips. Just a little journaling card at the top. Parchment paper, some stamping and stenciling. That's just a fold out here. The other side of that bag, along with vintage form, a copy of it. Pink. The other side of that bag, a note sheet, paper. There's a little belly band, and Jane Austen. I'll have to look up where I got that from. Little pocket, some vintage napkin embroidered. Another little Jane Austen letter to Cassandra. There's a little correspondence snippet, a little booklet. And I have to put a little tag in there. A little Wuthering Heights quote. And last page, and it says, have an open heart here. And there's a heart in this little tuck spot here. And there is a little heart carved in the tree in the picture. And I put a little acetate there so it feels like an actual window. And there's a letter that she had opened. And a little pin that I've rusted slightly with the charm that I've rusted to. Remember the moments. A little card here. And a postcard here. More of that vintage doily. And that is the back. And really quick, I'm going to show you the other book. That is 9.5 by 4.5. I originally started doing it when Somerset Studio had come out with their an issue that had somebody making with the feet down, way down here, and the big body. Susie from Creative Cafe had done one, and she was the inspiration. And I did like flashcards and bags, and it's very grungy. And I'll go through this really quick. I've done a lot of sewing. It's on binders that I've rusted. Little card. Vintage flashcard here. Little fold out that I'll put back together later. Some writing paper, all gessoed. Little banner that can have some words added to it. Little pocket with a vintage bird flashcard. Whoop. Little baseboard Tim Holtz doll that I've added a little back to so it stands. There's those wings. Love the wings he has. This comes off. And it's just a fold over vintage music paper. Copy of a vintage receipt in the envelope. And I'll put that back together in a bit. That's just a little writing space here. Another little envelope here with a booklet inside. Little tuck spot here. Guest check up at top in the bag. Did some collaging here and on here. Gesso work, collaging. Some tags that have lines in them here. And then another pocket up here with a small flash card. The index card here, fold out. Alterations tag with some gesso on back. That goes in the top of the bag. Vintage bingo card with some paper and some stamping of lines. Just a note, a little on the back of a little flash card. Another one of those butterflies that can be planted. Just some paper up here. Little flash card, little bag with a little tuck in it, little something. Postcard with some lines. That folds out. Tuck spots with some ephemera, journaling space. There's these two little girls here. A little envelope. Patricia Viramontes, I know that one. A couple little things in there. And the journal space there. Up top's a little journaling card, Prima, little flip up. Another one of those with the little feet down here, sewn around the two little girls. I put butterfly wings. Learning to fly, they're holding a kite. Little tri-fold time card. I've done some decoupage work on. Little paper here. It sits back there. Little bag, little pocket here and here. Vintage embroidered hanky, I believe. A little bag in here with a tag. Flash card here. And that just opens up. Some paper, a little pocket with some paper. A piece of ephemera there. And this is just folded over. And opens up. Lots of little ephemera in here. Back has lines tucked in there. A lot of collaging here. Postcard, altered paper clip. Library pocket. Vintage little Dewey Decimal card. Bag, and it's a white bag. Copy of a vintage photo. It just tucks in here. Here's another little pocket from a vintage time card. Flash card. Some more coffee dyed paper. And that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, my Etsy shop is Lilac Pages, and these both will become available soon. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.